Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul really stirred people up. Everybody wanted to see this. This was the fight that we wanted to see that really test Jake Paul. Could Jake Paul beat a guy like Nate Diaz? Nate Diaz is a warrior that doesn't stop. You know, he's been bludgeoned, bloody, and doesn't quit. And what we saw in this fight was not what we wanted to see. We saw, I'm talking about the mixed martial arts fans, we saw our guy, Nate Diaz, fail. He got beat up. He went all 10 rounds. He lost on all the judges' scorecards, something like 98, 91. He was slaughtered. He did not fight a good fight by any means. He lost most of those rounds. He fought bleak, pathetic rounds. Nate Diaz fell on the canvas. In the ring, he went outside the ropes in round 5, and he never really came back. I think that Nate Diaz destroyed himself tonight. He ruined his name. He embarrassed himself. Jake Paul's going to be playing with him now, just slaughtering his name, smearing it all over the internet. Nate Diaz took a risk. He left the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He decided to go out and market himself. He thought that he could become the next Jake Paul. The opposite became the truth. Nate Diaz is probably going to wake up in the morning realizing that it was all a big dream. And now he's back to reality. Now he's back to the Nate Diaz, the guy that started off on Tough or something like that. Not even famous anymore. Nate Diaz is really going to lose a lot of fans. And I know he's got hardcore fans. They'll still be there, but is that enough? Jake Paul, you got to give him respect. Everything Jake Paul said was true. Jake Paul even said he was going to knock him out in round 5. And that almost turned true. Jake is a mastermind, and he put this puppet on strings. That's what he did. He toyed with him, and he did whatever he wanted to do with him. And Nate's going to realize what that means, and he's going to feel that Jake Paul dictated who he was going to be in his future, put him away in the fight by decision. Jake Paul has amazing places to go. He's going to go fly back with his brother on a private jet, and Nate and his brother Nick are going to be sitting there in a hotel room together sulking, really realizing that they just got each other now, and it was all a big mirage. That's it for me. I do not want to see Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz ever again. I don't want to see it again. Jake is the clear victor, and I don't think that Jake Paul should put himself in jeopardy fighting Nate Diaz. He's got an incredible career that he's going for right now, and it's really exploding, even after a loss. And I think that Jake Paul has it. So why should he go into a mixed martial arts cage and take a risk versus Nate Diaz? There's no reason for it. As far as the fight win, Jake Paul won the fight on every angle. Nate Diaz fought a couple of decent rounds. If you look at the fight in its entirety, yeah, Jake Paul just beat him. There's nothing more you can really say. Nate Diaz beat himself.